Okay, with Bernard Amador, Chower is the short script that is now, I guess it's now in post-production and now it's ready to be made in the movie, but we originally did a best scene reading of it and then you got went through the consultation with us. First question for you, Bernard, is what's a chower? What is that? What's the definition of a chower?
Yeah, I get that question when people hear about the film. If you look it up, like the chower, if you look it up in the Urban Dictionary, chower is actually it's the act of chewing tobacco while taking a hot shower. So the chower, engaging in a chower, supposed to enhance the buzz of life, like the overall day. So it's supposed to like help improve and like energize a person.
Oh, so there's nothing sexual, I guess.
No, there's nothing sexual about the shower. There's
Okay.
nothing sexual about the shower. But the origin of the story was sexual and how the origin of the story arrived. So
Okay, so have you done this before? Have you chewed tobacco and taken a shower?
no, I never. It's funny because I normally, it's kind of like method acting. Like people engage in like the act of like something if they're gonna perform. If someone's gonna be a chef, they'll in on camera, they'll be a chef. Like they'll cook in the kitchen. But I never actually tried taking a shower before. So.
Gotcha. But do you ever want to? Like, are you curious about it? No, I'm curious about it.
Um, no, no. I did when we filmed, I did have to order the prop and I don't smoke or I don't drink, I don't do any of that. So
Yeah.
but I did order for the scene an organic form of tobacco
Yeah.
so that the actor would have a pure like something not with like nicotine or anything like that. So it's because the thing is the set had to be safe and fun. So
Yeah, I never chew tobacco. I've never chewed tobacco in my life. It's like they had all these like baseball players back in the day. They chewed tobacco and they all died so young, and it was
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
That kind of threw me off. It was like I don't think they don't do it in baseball anymore. But I don't know if you remember like all the baseball players and the managers used to have like all this tobacco. I think Terry Francona, one manager, still does it, but it's like he's an old school guy, and it's disgusting as well. Like they're spitting. And it's
Spitting,
like, and they
yeah.
all die of cancer, belt cancer, like by the time they're 50.
Yeah.
It's like a really nasty habit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But how it came about was the origin of the story was that I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but before I started the production company, the BC Productions, my spouse and I, he passed away, and after a couple of years, my family was encouraging me to find someone else, find love again. So they were talking to me about dating apps, and my niece helped me create a profile
Yeah.
to meet someone through a dating app. And the origin of the story was that I met someone and I was texting them back and forth. You swipe left and swipe right. Um,
Okay.
it was a wholesome dating app. So
Okay.
so
I don't
I
even
was
know if
texting
that
with someone and
go ahead.
go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say I don't know if that's a
No, oh, so
contradictory term.
I was texting. What's that?
The wholesome dating app. It's a
Because
contradiction of terms. But
oh,
go
because
ahead. I'm
I was
sticking around. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I see the like the juxtaposition.
Yeah.
I had text someone and we connected on like through chat and then I was curious and I said, "Oh, would you be interested in doing a video chat?" So I went on the video chat and we just started, how was your day? It's nice to finally meet you online.
Yeah.
And then it was interesting because the person was in their hallway near their bathroom and they start backing up into the bathroom and then they say and they had this heavy accent and they were saying, "I have to take a shower." But I think they were saying I have to take a shower, but they had
Yeah.
such a heavy accent, but it said I have to take a shower. So I was like, okay, fine. And I was like, maybe some other time, and I hung up. I disconnected from the chat, and I was t talking to people in my family, and asking them, telling them the experience. And they were saying, duh, he was probably, wanted you to watch him while he was taking a shower. And then and I was like, oh, exhibitionism. So then um I was asking myself the question, I asked myself the question, like the what if question, like what if that's what it was, and what if like law enforcement was involved, and like what if like asking myself the what if questions, and then I just wrote a whole script around it. So I wrote the chow around the story of
That's
that
amazing.
incident.
That's a great story. I love that. And did you talk to the person again, or was that like one and done?
No, 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 that's one and done. No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. No, I think the experience was enough, and that experience was utilized to I like that experience was like allowed me like creativity, like I was able to like write because I'm a writer.
Yeah.
So and usually if I experience something, sometimes it motivates me to write.
Yeah.
So I was asking myself those questions like what if, and then it just kind of I got the motivation to write the story and the
Well,
creativity to write the
in a
story.
roundabout way, the people in your life wanted you to find love. You did find love with the script and the story and the concept. It's just a different version of love, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the character in the end, I like one of the questions that I ask myself in writing is like, you know, does the character find love in the end? And I don't need to give any spoilers, but you know, the end it has a certain ending where whether love is found or not. But the theme of it, like the story itself, it's more about extremes. It has to do with like extremes. So um, I was asking myself the question, like the thematic question for the film in developing it was, like, do we as a society need to have like exhibitionism and voyeurism, to enhance the overall day or the buzz of life? Because I was looking at, like, in developing the story, I was looking at the examples of like day-to-day life and people using their cell phones. And 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 I think one of the questions you asked me on the interview, the written interview, was about describing the movie and or the short and I or the film, and I had described it as like the TikTok effect.
Yeah.
And
We
the
asked you
reason,
what the word describe the script in 2 words, and you said TikTok effect.
yeah, I say like TikTok effect because in day to day, like you look around, you're sitting on the bus or you're driving, I mean, passing by, and everyone's on their phones, and everyone is like in their phones, either using TikTok, using Facebook, and they're posting video, and it's like they're putting themselves on display as kind of like an exhibitionist. And then also there's the people watching, and they're like consumed, and they're consumers of TikTok and consumers of Facebook and all the videos, and they're kind of like the other end where they're the voyeur. So I was trying to take that idea and write it and try to be creative about it and try to raise awareness in the film so that people um, understand like what's happening, because I also was trying to incorporate some of what I learned as a college student or when I studied like social science and the arts. I remember reading John Berger. He wrote the book Ways of Seeing, and it had to do with like filming and looking through the lens at a subject. And mostly women were the object, it's like objectifying the subject, and like women through the lens are like, objectified.
Yeah.
So but I see that like in day to day with cell phone use and people posting on TikTok, people posting on Facebook, Instagram. So I was just trying to take those ideas and kind of weave them into the story, like
Yeah.
and so,
You
but
did.
but but
Because your character is about a person who's like his addiction is is basically being voyeuristic and kind of like showing his world, like that person in your dating experience. He wanted to show you something, and
Yeah.
which crossed the line for you, right? Like it was like we're not ready for that yet, but people are just crossing the line, like you said, the TikTok effect. They're just showing everything. We know too much about people in so many ways, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like the video, like all the videos on TikTok and stuff. So
Yeah. And it's like, well, why are they doing that? Like if you're like psychiatrist or whatever,
yeah.
why are they doing that? It's like because they're lonely. They're like they're looking for love, but it's just I'm being general, of course, but they're looking for something that acceptance or like likes. What are likes? It's
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It makes them temporary, makes them feel better about themselves, I guess.
It's like validation, getting
Yeah,
validation from the outer world. What like if they're not getting that at home, they're getting it from the outer world. And but I was just trying to use those ideas and weave it into the story and try to make it fun because the script at the end of the day it was drama, but I try to add some like lightheartedness to it to make it more like add some levity and make it lighthearted and so I consider it like a dramedy.
yeah,
I'm not a comedy writer, but um working with the team, everyone had like ideas, and I have because I'm transitioning from my current employment like in a couple of years to hopefully do film and produce and direct film full time. That's kind of like my second career or like my career as in retirement.
yeah.
So for me, it's about like creating a playful like environment where artists can come together and um contribute to create art,
Yeah.
to create something new and something different and something that hasn't been done before.
And that's what you did. It's like almost like a satire. Like it's almost that there's a satire to your tone in the film.
Yeah, but it's kind of like but also wanting to raise awareness too of issues and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how you're doing it. So you made the film, like you directed the script, right?
Yeah, I wrote, produced, directed.
Yeah,
I wasn't behind I had a cinematographer. I
yeah.
had a great team. I don't know if I can name some of the names, but some of the people, some of the talent we had a new up and coming actor, Bobby Obius. He was in 5th of November. I was able to bring on board Matteo Parodi. He was in Somebody to Love. They're streaming on Tubi.
Mhm.
Um, we had like the we use we I try to because I was told that like now there's a movement towards using ta like trained actors and combining them with non-trained actors or just like regular day-to-day people with no acting
Yeah.
experience. So I try to mix it together
Well,
and
that's what
see.
Scorsese's been doing that for decades, right? Martin Scorsese, he did that for a long. He's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, well, that I mean, I think more people are doing it now.
Yeah,
It seems like more people are doing. I mean, there's always been extras. I think like we've always. I think they brought on board extras or like background talent, but um you utilizing or bringing people a part of the team with no acting experience at all and putting them in the mix with like trained actors who um you know studied like the Stanislavski studied Adler studied Meisner techniques
yeah,
and putting them together and letting them like learn from one another and having that natural like interaction.
yeah. So how long the film going to be? Like 15 minutes?
It was a I think it was I wrote 16 pages. The
Yeah,
was final 16 pages, but because my style or like I'm trying to learn as a director to be collaborative and having like an open playground so that the talent can come together and people can learn from one another and people could express their talents
Yeah.
and their creativity. I did we while filming, we did allow for improvisation so that and the camera was rolling so that as the characters were preparing and the actors were getting into character, they were improvising and the camera was rolling. So some of that footage or some of that dialogue may end up in the final cut.
Gotcha.
So
So
because
this is almost
it's
like an
more
education of filmmaking for you.
yeah, it's kind of like when I got the team together, we talked about having I don't know if you're familiar like in the early I think it was like the 50s and stuff when like they developed like they had like think tanks. It was like they would bring like academics together and everybody would come together and
Yeah.
like create a world of ideas and create something new and advance academic fields. It was almost kind of like an experiment. It was kind of like bringing like all the artists together, giving them the skeleton, giving them the Chower script, seeing and see what flesh they add on to it, see what life they breathe into it. And then we did the each scene we did a couple of takes and stuff, or if something if the dialogue flowed naturally, then we let it go. But the thing is, because the thing is, I was also very open because there's some directors that they're very much wedded to their script, and it's like they expect the hired actor to read line for line of what was written. But I was very open to the experience and seeing what the actors bring to the table and like because they did their homework and we had a couple of table reads and it was interesting because the actors were asking the questions about the characters and trying to get into the psychology of the character and getting into the intention
Yeah.
and so that they can perform. So it was a wonderful experience. I thought it was wonderful. I mean I'm happy that I've had this experience so far.
I can't wait to
So
see it. So you're like, you're like in post-production right now? You're almost done?
yeah, like I said, we have the trailer, the first official trailer. I'm waiting for the poster and I'm waiting for the final cut. But the thing is I still have to give notes. I have to go over it and then give notes back and then we'll polish it up, polish the final draft of the short.
Yeah.
So
Make sure the sound design is good.
yeah, yeah. We had a little a glitch with that. Well, I was working with the cinematographer. His name is Robin Barrow. He's with Calabout Studios. He's doing the editing, and he did cinematography and edit, and he was doing sound design also. He's like all wrapped up in one. He's really good. But he had a glitch where we had to send out a clip to have it filtered out or like like with sometimes there's noise. There was noise
Yeah.
when because in one of our locations, on one of the locations that we locked down, which was the cafe where the Diego and Pedro they meet at the cafe.
Yeah.
Um, there was some, there it was there were had customers and stuff while we were filming, so the grinder was on and the coffee, they were making the
Yeah.
espressos and the
Yeah.
lattes and all that. So so we had to send that a snippet of that out to get it filtered and clean so we can add it to the film. So yeah.
Gotcha. So this is a big like so you wrote like a great idea and you like but you also written like features and other shorts like as well, I guess, right?
Yeah, people tell me that I'm prolific with writing because I've written a lot of features. But I think when I started writing, I've been writing for a while, but when I started writing, I think I entered the whole field like I sent stuff out too early. Like when I was learning screenwriting, I think I did what a lot of screenwriters do where they want to get their stuff out there and they send it out early. So I really didn't have a really true understanding of the craft of
Yeah.
screenwriting. So, and it took some time. It took years, and I'm still I'm a learner every day. It's like, and I love to collaborate and exchange ideas and work with people. But I'm a student, so I'm learning every day, and I'm still learning. Even though I've learned a lot, and I try to nurture other screenwriters because
Yeah.
I have a screenwriting groups that I run. And I try to nurture them with the craft and stuff of what I've learned and the people that my mentors and people who have helped me. So I try to like pass on the love, like pass it. So
Pay it forward, I guess, right?
yeah, play it forward. Yeah. So
So so do you have are you thinking ahead? What's next for you after this?
yeah, I wanted to try. And it's a bear, but I wanted to try doing a feature. I was debating about doing another short. I did a previous short when I launched the production company. We did a small short called B Seed, when I was just learning the craft of directing and
Yeah.
learning about the technology and everything and the business. So after B Seed, then I after winning the festival, it motivated me to just go forward with the production company and try short films. So to answer your question about like what's next, I was looking about doing a feature. I've written a couple of features and there was one feature that I work with one of the consultants, and I wanted to thank your program, like your the program they connected me with a wonderful um assistant.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can mention his name, but
Marco
um
Amato.
yeah, Marco. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was wonderful and so helpful. And he gave me wonderful notes, and he spent time with me and helped me polish shower and gave good suggestions and
Yeah.
stuff. And I thank him so much. I thank you guys so much. I actually sent him one of this a script that I was interested in because I'm trying to brand myself as a uh, even though this was dramedy that I did with Chower, I'm trying to brand myself as a writer, as a sci-fi spirituality writer. So I did send him the it's called Janana. I sent him the Janana script and asked him for notes, which he gave wonderful notes and suggestions. Um, but that seemed like it's too big of a project for me to tackle now. So I kind of shelved it for now, unless there's other people like collaborators that are interested in working with me and
Yeah.
that we can handle it. But I pulled off another off the shelf old script that it was based on a novel that I did, The Rut. So I pulled that off, and I'm in the processing. I did a dialogue pass. And I'm going to do one more. I'm doing the dialogue pass. I just finished the dialogue pass, so I'm just going to do one more overall pass, and then with theme, and then send it. I'm going to see if Marco would read it for notes and stuff. So,
No,
but I'm
great.
so grateful. I'm so grateful for that recommendation and that program that you guys have about connecting writers with consultants. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
All right. On that note, I wish you the ultimate best of success with your short. I love to see it when it's done, and just keep doing what you're doing. And I
All right,
love the
thank you
hat.
so much.
Yeah.
And thank you. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right. Let's talk soon when the film's
Okay.
done.
Okay. Bye.